What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Finding the Fantastic Podcast. It's that time of day, of show, of thing. It's the podcast where we explore how unique and diverse we are, how if we work on loving ourselves, we can be a safe space to love others, right? It's that invisible fight that we fight alone in the dark, that we take all the glory for and give the world none of the credit. And we don't ask the world of anything for it, right? So many people these days are trying to be viral, trying to be famous, trying to do all these things. And they expect their joy and their love to come out of all those things. They expect their joy, their love to come out of money, to come out of popularity, to come out of fame. I think we're all secretly so desperately searching to be seen, right? And what does that mean to be seen? That sounds poetic. Well, to be seen is for someone to look at you and to understand your worth, your value, who you are, your different diverse equations, all the things that make up you. Which blows my mind because the only way you can truly see people the way they are and love them the way they are is if you can see yourself and love yourself the way you are, right? And you work on being that safe space for other people, but you have to work on being that safe space for yourself. But anyways, I digress. The whole concept, everybody wants to be seen, right? We're all out there in this quote unquote rat race trying to prove our value, trying to prove our worth, trying to show everybody how much we matter, right? But my question is why is it in our nature to have people know and understand why we matter? I know the feeling, I know the rush. Gosh, it is a beautiful thing when your significant other, your employee, your family, your boss, whatever it is, sees your value and your worth. That's a huge, boost. That's pretty freaking awesome. And we're all desperate for it. I think that's one of the reasons why people want to get in relationships so much, because when you get in a relationship with someone, they make you feel valuable and of worth, right? Because that person, quote unquote, loves you, quote unquote, thinks you're hot, quote unquote, all of that stuff. But what if we took that concept and removed everyone else and we just saw our own value and worth and sat in our own passions and sat in our own beautiful diversity and said, wow, I'm pretty cool, man. And the things I do that I'm passionate about make me happy and feel fulfilled. A lot of people look at artists, a lot of people look at people who paint and do music and write poetry, and they see that in those moments of doing those passionate things, they are most fulfilled and happy. And we all long to get to that zenful moment where we feel fulfilled doing the thing we love. But I ask you right now, why can't you? It's hard to figure it out. It's hard to figure out what your passion is, what fulfills you. Like I said, it's that invisible fight in yourself, where you give yourself all the glory for the things you figure out, and you ask nothing of the world to validate it. Nothing of the world to validate it. This is you giving yourself the glory. This is you figuring out what makes you fulfilled and what makes you passionate, right? I think that's why people, I'm a huge freaking, therapy eater. I eat my emotions or I shop my emotions because it makes me feel fulfilled, right? I don't know why, but eating something or buying something makes me feel valuable because it makes me feel good, which is ridiculous. That a Popeye spicy chicken sandwich can make me feel valuable. But man, does it now that I think about it. I get so happy. What if we all stopped and we really fought within ourselves to figure out what that thing is that is meant to change the world? We're all out there, I want to change the world, I want to change the world. And you can change the world. I believe you can. But the only way you can is if you figure out how to fulfill yourself and stop searching to be the expert, the best, the most awesome, the most viral, the most rich. You stop searching for all that and fulfill it to yourself. And when you fulfill it to yourself, it breathes out joy and it breathes out contentment. And other people latch onto that because they are desperate for the same thing. Desperate for it. I'm still working on it. It doesn't come easy to me. I have huge insecurities with my value. My biggest fear, if you've seen my video where I answer the 4 questions, my biggest fear is that I have imposter syndrome, that I am an expert at nothing. I just do a lot of things, and I'm not an expert at anything. I'm not an expert podcaster. I'm not an expert at doing marketing. I'm not an expert at doing, career stuff. I'm not an expert at drawing. I'm not an expert at writing, and it drives me up a wall. When the reality is, what if I just found the thing that makes me feel fulfilled and sit in it and realize that I have something to offer? Yeah, I might not be the best podcaster and speaker, but it makes me feel fulfilled when I do it, when I can share internal things, right? It makes me feel there. It makes me feel whole to do this. So, I challenge you, think about that, try that, sit in it. Think about the concept of the invisible fight, where your goal is not to be somebody, but to be nobody, because to yourself, that's where fulfillment lasts. You don't ask the world for any validation. Your validation comes from yourself when you figure out what it is that makes you feel whole. So, all right, with that, I gotta go. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Hope you enjoyed the things. Please tune in. Please share. Please subscribe. All right, bye.